goal against Zambia. And waiting for the official to give instructions in terms of we can kick off, and yes, we do. So Zambia will be looking into maybe increasing the scoreline here, but seems like Malawian side have taken advantage of putting pressure, adding numbers in the opponent's half to try and put more pressure. Live on your COSAFA TV, that is, and Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are COSAFA U17. That is the hashtag. And on Instagram, do use those to engage those that have the Twitter handles. Well, nothing has changed on the Zambian side. The squad comes the same way, and you look at Julius Khumalo and Dominic Kanda, the number 6, who hasn't done much in this match, and I think there's a run there coming from the Zambian side. Can they make it 4? A good save by the keeper, but not strong enough from that shot coming from Charlie Mumba, who says, I will pump it, I will put power, nothing can stop my shot. A through run, and you must just give credit where it's due. Every through ball that comes from these guys is resulted into a goal. Credit must be given to Charlie Mumba. Well, the keeper just tried to maybe punch it away, but it was just too strong for him, and Charlie Mumba was able to convert that one. I mean, I was asking a question and saying, in the center of the park, that's Charlie, there's Julius, there's Dominic Kanda. Dominic, we haven't seen much in this match, but Charlie gives Zambia the 4th goal, and Malawi is still on 0. No, you rushing too much now, making unnecessary runs, and a foul throw should have been given there. The patience is all what Zambia needs to do now, and stay switched on. Don't give too much room to the opponents. Don't allow them to dominate the final third. They have added numbers. Well, a good header to get it out of the way. No. You have a Zambian side switching play to Lombe Mutale. He is still on the ball, and he gives that man, the number 6, who just playing those sleeker passes. Can we see a hat-trick here? And yes, we do. That is Joseph Banda. He is on some fire of some sort. Should we say his spirit that is high. A good pass again coming from Dominic Kanda to Charlie Mumba, finding the run of Joseph Banda, who lifts his head up, saw the defender coming, but the keeper had covered the first pole, and Banda says, are you going to call me or not? I mean, he's been pulling that celebration. Can somebody take the phone and call the young man Joseph Banda on his 3rd goal in this match? A ball played wide by Malawi. Zambian side on 5, and Malawi still no goal registered by them today. Now Malawi starting to go all out and finding McDonald Chiwanda, who was marked by Richard Ngoma. Charlie Banda. No, ball played to the side, still in favor of the Zambian side, tacking in and dropping a shoulder, putting across, but a header coming from Cliff Mbewe. Keeper confused as well. He's jogged off the 6 yards actually, and they thought maybe it was a goal kick. Now again, a ball played to Charlie. Now the late walking coming from Andrew Lamek is a bit disappointing because he was a centre back who really did try to put pressure and consolidated the back there, but this time around is a bit shy from doing that. Now the wind speed is something else in this match. Now you can see the tops of the players are just blowing too fast on high speed. And the game has just took a switch because the Zambian side early in the second half, they opted to add 2 goals. They want to be in charge of this match. They actually are in charge of this match. In terms of ball position, I must tell you, man, it needs to be given to them. They've seen more of the ball and they've spent a lot of time in the opponent's half and the final third trying to score goals. Well, evidently so. It says 7-1 pole position and 29 on the Malawian side. Tells you nothing but the best that goal attempts. You have 7 and 5 has been scored by the Zambian side. So statistics are not lying. Shots on target, Zambia has had 6, and the keeper from Malawi side, Justice Mone, hasn't seen himself pulling any save or shot on target. Push there, given it to Malawi. Tackle there in favor of Malawi, but not possible for them to win that ball. The introduction of Islam Chaiwa was perhaps a substitution. We thought it would revive the Malawian side, but he found himself in a deep end as well, just to defend most of the time, because the Zambian side is not sitting back. They've put pressure and already on the front foot. That is Julius cutting it back, trying to find the initial long ball or passer. That is Lombe Mutale. Ball played in the opponent's half by Malawi. I think tactical wise, must give credit to the Malawian side. Structural wise, also credit to the Malawian side. They were able to dominate and use their strength to their ability going forward, putting their body in front. I mean, if you look at the structures of Onesimus Chipango. Now a through ball has been played here and it's on the run. Easy going to get a goal, but keeper comes out, and Onesimus, likes of Andrew Lamek, were there to mark that ball. But you must give credit to the passing coming from the center of the park. Let's just say, yeah, the wind speed has picked up with 39 kilometers an hour. Flex seems to be able to handle that. The ball played wide by the Malawian side, trying to find that man who was caught offside. Number of soft sides here. Malawi are on 4, Zambia 8 offsides. this instance, you don't need to rush much. Just play the ball, rotate it, don't run too much, preserve your energy. You've got another game coming in the next day. Actually, day after tomorrow, that will be Zambia, who will be taking on South Africa, who also registered a win today against Angola, 2-1. And the question is, how did South Africa struggle when they were playing against this man? Malawi side, they couldn't defend, they couldn't attack, and South Africa just couldn't find themselves scoring that winning goal. Maybe it's because it was an opening match, so some of the players were still adjusting and adapting to the play, to the conditions. And raises a question that can South Africa contain the strength of Zambia? Now, a test will be put on the conditioning of the conditioning coach, rather, that is Pesi Muloi, in terms of how strong are the players, because the Zambian side seems to be having a very bold and strong players. Seems like their fitness level is on 85%, should we say, or maybe it's because of this game. Well, it's a like for like, two teams that have seen each other before. Now you want to see how Angola advanced in their previous encounter or championship title win. Zambia won against Mozambique with 2-0, and then they beat Angola in the very same year on the 16th of October at Kamuzu Stadium. South Africa drew with Eswatini 1-1. And South Africa then lost to Malawi 3-0 at Mpira Stadium. So the draw was something that, well, was supposed to happen, but considering the number of chances that Mahlangu got in the final third, really, they could have converted, they could have scored a number of goals. But it's all in the past. They all look forward to the next encounter. Now, the side had to take a strike coming from Chifundo Mpasi, who was given room to take that shot, and he was able to just lace it down into a goal. First shot on target. Justice Mohone was unable to save that one. Good strike coming from Chifundo Mpasi, giving enough room off the ball and having a clear room to just take that shot at goal. Malawi inside, Chifundo Mpasi, the goal scorer. Seem to be some injuries coming there from Stevie Ubanda. Substitution by the Malawian side, bringing out Timothy Nyasulu, been a very quiet player in this match, and number 15 coming on, that is Ronald Mapulanga, also came in as a sub in the previous match. Now ball played over the defense, but a flag is up. Andrew Lamek going long, but unsuccessful to just cross their own half over the center. Nothing. Joseph Banda was able to profit from that. Still ball in favor of Malawi. Played long, trying to find the new man. That is Miguel Chaiwa. It's going to be a tough one for South African side when they meet Zambia, because in the 14th of October as well at Mpira Stadium, Zambia thrashed South Africa by 7 goals to 0. Now ball is cleared, Scrappy clearing off the ball, but no handball luckily. Played long to Rickson N'gambi. Joseph Banda on the ball, trying to tuck in and coming right, switching of play, sharing of passes. Good marking coming there from Andrew Lamek. Now, for a country that has conceded 7 goals, and we are a host nation against the champions, it's going to be a serious test for the South African side. Now, offside call there. Zambia looking into introducing more players early in the second half to give them those minutes, just to give them a feel in the run of the match. The likes of Thomas Mwambazi is waiting to come on. Not only they playing for COSAFA Cup, of course, they're also playing for the qualifiers of the Africa Cup of Nations. Is he going for striker? But not enough power coming from Chifundo Mbasi. But the Zambian side pushing high. The likes of Lombe Mutale, Onesimus Chipango. Now substitution is taking place from the Zambian side, bringing out the top goal scorer as things stand. The first hat-trick of the tournament as well, making way for Thomas Mwambazi. The ball in the center of the park, and Richard Ngoma. Now a through ball played to Richard Ngoma, but an offside flag is up. Number of offsides is that Zambia is sitting on 9 and Malawi 5 offsides. If you look at the sides here that are potential top 2 that will be qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations, and you look at the points and the goals, we might see South Africa possibly playing Zambia in the finals again. But we're not writing off other countries. Things might change, so it all depends on how things are going to turn out on the 26th of November. Ball played long, trying to find Chifundo and Ronald Mapulanga. Stevie Banda finds Charlie Mumba, who sends it wide. Now keeper unable to grab that one. Getting some pressure from Rickson N'gambi. Foul awarded to Dominic Kanda. Coming from James Chomba. Well, the structure do not match, so you'd rather just foul him as compared to you competing with him. Set piece in very dangerous area because the Zambian side has the height. They have players that really can jump high up. Now a ball played over the defense. It still is Zambia on the ball and a shot, but nothing to trouble this man. Justice Mone this time around by Richard Ngoma. Ball played long by Andrew Lamek. Now combining between McDonald's and Ronald Mapulanga. Forced to play back. This man Lombe Mutale has put in a good shift on the right hand side. Playing safe defensively and creating those opportunities for his teammates when he gets a chance. Rotates the ball to Teddy Khumalo. Must say the Zambian players grow and look strong, but they're still young. It's a foul given to Malawi. Islam Chaiwa. They fouled by Teddy Khumalo. Samson Zakeu will be looking into whipping that in swinger of a cross. Seem to be some infringements there. Somebody may have stepped on the captain's toes. That is Miguel Chaiwa. Ref asking him to stand up. Well, substitution is taking place, and Rickson N'gambi has had a fair run of this match. They're bringing on now the lucky number 8 to also give him a few minutes in this match. That is Benjamin Chisala. Nicely inviting crosser. Can the keeper win that one? But head away from by Miguel Chaiwa. Man is out. Is that a very good run in this game? The cross is put in, but away from the keeper. I think the ref says holding. That's the substitution that took place. That is Benjamin Chisala replacing Rickson N'gambi. Well, Rickson N'gambi is one of the players who have been starting in this tournament. He plays a very instrumental role. Well, showing of stats there. At your first touch, you're already showing stats. Benjamin, the ref says you need to calm down. There, that's just a proper show of stats there, and a good call by the ref. That is Stevie Banda. Oh, temperature still on 21 degrees Celsius. When you are Zambia, what do you then do now? You keep the ball, you rotate the ball, you make those substitutions, you play the players that perhaps would need a bit of a run. You are 5 goals up. Give a few players some minutes on their feet, on their legs. Ball in Zambian favor. The man himself comes on. That is Benjamin Chisala. Malawi trying to be on the front foot there, finding Chifundo Mpasi, who goes for a far post and a touch, but that thing resulted into a goal. That is the Malawian side. That is the Malawian side converting a chance. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Chifundo Mpasi was able to just protect that ball and get a mini shibobo there. The keeper could reach for it, but he couldn't give it a direction. It had direction on its own and the power behind it. Well, credit must be given to the young man. He's bringing the team back to life. Now score is 5-2. Now Zambia 5 and Malawi 2. Offside coming from the assistant ref. Here's the young man who has a never say die spirit. Chifundo Mpasi, 16 years old, has just been pestering and knocking in the Zambian side. He then gets himself scoring his second goal of the match. One of the players you can count in the top goal scorers now. Now a poor clearance again, and here's that man trying to get or take advantage of the errors committed by Onesimus Chipango. I must say, if these are the kind of mistakes they're going to make, South Africa is going to punish them, because they put pressure. The likes of Kiviano Francis, Duduzi Shabalala. A bit of handling there, but Charlie Mumba strong enough. Good call by the ref on the far side. bit of a holding coming from McDonald Chiwanda. Foul is given to Zambia. Rather, it's a foul throw. Header cleared by Andrew Lamek towards Yako Chitembeya. Waved in cross, and the keeper makes the call and he charges off. And look at that, it hits the side of the net. Well, the effort must be given, or credit must be given, to Charlie Mumba, who went on an acrobatic move to try and beat Justice Mone. The ball is played long, trying to find the number 9. The unlucky scorer Chifundo Mpasi, alongside Ronald Mapulanga. By Malawi, but nothing to profit from it. Julius Kamwendo on the run, finding Richard Ngoma, who whips in a good cross, trying to find Charlie. But the late run coming from Charlie was timing his run, trying not to be offside, when he was unable to reach for that ball. Captain is taking the goal kicks by himself now. Can this one go over the center at least? Disturbed it, but he was able to generate power and give it a bit of a direction. Zambia patiently starting the ball again and just finding one another most of the time is what they do. Now here's a through ball. Can they make it 3? Saved by the keeper. A good strike, a good shot coming from this young man. It's still on. Can the Malawian side get a goal? No. Putting numbers behind the ball, that is the Zambian side. A good 10 coming from the Malawian side. Pestering and pestering, adding an extra touch would have better idea. Chifundo Mpasi. James Chomba showed us some character there, making the 10 from the center and just bringing the ball back into the box to try and trouble this man who's down, who's shown his weaknesses in this match. You keep the ball down, you pass one another, you rotate the ball. The 2 center backs will be lost in no man's land. Look at that pass right in between the center back, and that strike just needed a little bit of more power and weight on it. Maybe not the hard low, good touch though by the keeper. And the second ball found Miguel saving from the parrot ball coming from the keeper. My goodness, the weakness is showing off. Miguel Chaiwa, the Zambian captain. Say Chifundo Mpasi is a very pestering player, putting pressure all the time. Now he's gotten this coach up on his feet, just issuing instructions. That is Chilufia George. I think a third goal would have brought the Malawian side back to life. I think they've requested for a stretcher, but the ref says just lift him up, help him up. He's a few meters away from the line, so he can quickly walk out. Ball in favor of Malawi. So there's a signal there that he won't be able to finish this match. Chifundo Mpasi brought the house on fire on him. He can't seem to play it now. A ball played in and keeper unable to save it. Can the Malawian side profit from it? But cleared from the danger zone by Charlie Mumba, who was standing right on the arc of the 18. Offside called by the ref, which is good call. Finding McDonald Chiwanda. To be picking up every now and then, and the ball count seems to stop in one place before you make that kick. Goes long. Throw in awarded to Malawi. More balls in the opponent's half. Malawi, more numbers would assist you guys in getting maybe a third goal. Seems like there's a second ball on the field, but it's not interfering with the play, so the play continues. Malawi again playing over the defenders, trying to always identify the runs of Mpasi. Now, here's another man who started this game with a serious bang, always on the move, always on the run. It's been quiet storms for him. Substitution by Malawi, taking out McDonald Chiwanda, bringing on a number 10 to try and add more pace going forward. They brought on Enoch Dumuza. Now Zambia is putting this man on in replacement of Miguel Chaiwa. That is Ricky Chanda. Set piece. Taken by Charlie Mumba. Nothing to trouble the keeper then. Ball played long and it seems to be a goal. My goodness. Teddy Khumalo. The intent was to cross it in, but the wind may have given it a different direction. Of course, it is this man. He's been putting so much work on the left-hand side, and he finds himself now converting one ball, profiting from an error, and the intent was to whip in across. Justice Mohone was unable to save Teddy Khumalo's cross. Now you have Miguel Chaiwa, who's been stretched off the field into the tunnel. Seems like the injury is a bit serious. Now here's the goal scorer, Mr. Teddy Khumalo, who did the most by just whipping it around to see Zambia 6 and Malawi 2. Foul is awarded to the Zambian side. Card will be given here. The players are begging and begging. That's Cliff Mbewe, who received a yellow card at first half, is now given a second yellow, which means he's out of the game. and he stepped on Teddy Khumalo. Then he claims that what? The ref was at a better distance to see that you really did infringe that player. So Malawian side is considering goals and also losing players. If you look at the number of fouls committed by each side, I mean, Malawi has 11 and Zambia is sitting on 8 with 1 yellow card for Zambia and a 3 for Malawi. The wind somehow has picked up very fast in the second half, becoming a bit hectic and heavy for the players and for the ball. It keeps on moving every now and then. Teddy Khumalo puts it down and is now quickly going to lay it for Charlie. It was in motion already, and I was about to say, are they going to score from such balls most of the time? But it's Charlie Mumba alongside Teddy Khumalo, the goal scorer. Now you look at where the build-up started from, the high pressing and the pressure coming on from Teddy, then he whips it over. Now can Zambia get another goal here? I almost said a third goal because people go with numbers. That is Teddy Khumalo. The build-up did not work well for the Malawian side. They put on pressure. You look at Rickson N'gambi putting pressure there on the right and on the left-hand side, and Teddy Khumalo profiting from a loose ball and was able to whip it all the way to beat the keeper. Now, center of the park is Dominic Ganda. Now the ball is with Julius Kumwendo. The ball is still in Malawi's favor, but cleared away by the Zambian defense. That is Onesimus Chipango. Playing on the center, and a through ball played it to Rickson N'gambi. Can he register his own? But not today, not now. I think it was a rush of blood to the head. Could have maybe turned and tried to beat the center back, then tucked in a little bit. Now another error, and Charlie Mumba puts enough pressure to dispossess. The Malawian defense seems to be a man down in the field of play, and seems to be in serious pain. There is James Chomba. You've got substitution. The set piece from the first goal, and I mean the power also laced by Joseph Banda, and then he scored his third goal, which he was just able to pick a spot more than anything else. It's an open game as a goal scorer there sitting and comfortably masked on. James Chomba has been on the ground for the longest time, and first aid, the medical on the run. I wonder how you execute medical responsibilities wearing denims. I think it was a kick that came from the opposition side, rather a kick that came from his teammate, and Case seems to be having a number of injuries, so our colleague Lerato Pajo has a thing or two to share about the injury that occurred earlier on and saw the centre back being stretched out of the field.
Thank you very much, Amotlogeleng. Well, from what I could see, as the medical team was stretching him into the tunnel and going in for further assessment, is that he injured his right knee, and it does look like it has popped. So there was a bandage over the right knee. So we'll get more information from the medical team.
Thank you, Madam Lerato. Speedy recovery to the player. Probably they would need him in the team to be back. I blame Chifundo Umbasi with the pace and the pressure that he put on them. Now a ball played in, good grab by Eric Makungu. Goes long, trying to play safe in favor of Lombe Mutale, who's been down for the past 10-15 seconds. He came back to life. There seemed to be war. Someone stepped on his head. Oh, it's war out there. It's rough out there. But luckily, the young man is still fresh and up for the task. Keeping the ball would be the best option for Zambia now. Trying to get a goal. Would be pushing it, but if there's room, why not? The ball cleared by Malawi, number 9, Samson Zakeu, but returned by this man, Ricky Ichanda. Came in replacement of Miguel Chaiwa. A fresh young man, this Chifundo Umbasi, putting enough pressure, pestering, forcing the defense to make mistakes, just not giving up on his team regardless of the scoreline. He's carrying the country's mandate on his shoulder and leading from the front, of course. Now, what a good turn by Richard Ngoma to lose Islam Chaiwa. A ball with Malawi, intended to take a shot there, but decided not to. Dominic Kanda, man who had a few through passes to pinpoint his teammate. Now, winding the clock is best done this way. Pass the ball, keep it nice and short, rotate one another, find teammates. If you count the number of touches here, they probably have passed 12. Now played long, ambitiously slow, so trying to find Teddy Khumalo. Again, a ball won by Zambia in the opponent's half. That is Julius Kamwenda. Pumped long to find Chifundo Umbasi, but the centre back of Malawi saying no this time around. Onesimus Chipango. Couple of seconds left on the clock. Of course, the Zambian side will be the one to walk out with a win here. Victorious it is, which means they'll be comfortably sitting on top of the log, having registered a win against Angola. And the man of the moment says it is enough, it is enough. Zambia, you have done your part. You have closed the gap. You have earned yourself 3 points again against the Malawian side. It is Zambia 6 and Malawi 2. The number of chances that Zambia had, I mean, the ball coming from Dominic Kanda, rolling it for his teammates, his partner in crime in the center, Charlie Mumba was able to just pump that one up, pump it past the keeper's hands, and a celebration was definitely a given. I must give credit to players like Dominic Banda, creating chances for his teammate who was on the run, and a well spotted pass. Again, that man releases a pass to find the man who went out, Joseph Banda. Not making any mistakes here, just picking a spot. Timing of his run is very important. Breaking the offside trap most of the time, able to lift his head up. I mean, added 2 touches. Once the defender closed him down, he was able to slot it from the opposite side of the keeper. Again, coming from the back, we saw the likes of Chifundo Mpasi profiting from an error coming from the keeper, passing his teammate, not convincingly so, and Chifundo was able to get himself on the goal scorers list. Sitting on 2 goals, he then again made a good run, beat the defender Onesimus Chipango with a shibobo. Then he whipped a beautiful curler out of reach of the keeper. Yes, he went for it, but the shibobo says, hey man, I got you and I can chip you over. So a beautiful goal coming from Chifundo Mpasi. Now Teddy Khumalo putting power on that curler. The intent was to go for a cross, but the power was too much. It went for goal. The man Justice Morning was unable to read that ball. I mean, the speed of the ball and the curl of the ball. Now the sun sets. The full-time statistics in favor of Zambia: 13